children, this is Namita Basnotra and I am here with a new video on comparison of fractions. So shall we begin? In this video, I'll be teaching you how to compare the like fractions. And what are like fractions? Like fractions are the ones which have the same denominator. And also I'll be teaching you how to arrange these fractions in the ascending and descending order. Fine? And there's one more thing I want to teach you in this video is that how would you arrange the fractions with the same numerator in ascending and descending order, and that too you can do mentally. Okay, so shall we begin? Write shaded portion as fraction and arrange them in the ascending and descending order using correct sign. So the first thing here is you see one image here which I have taken, and it is divided into, if you see, there are 1, 2, 3 and 4. These are 4 different images in this. Okay, so first thing we will do is we'll learn how to write fractions of these 4, and then we will come and solve this question which is here. Okay, so with this we will quickly recapitulate our concepts of fraction, and then we will learn how to compare the fractions. So shall we begin? Okay, so here looking at the first one, let's count that how many are shaded and how many are total. So when you write a fraction, you all know that there is something called numerator, right? And then we have a denominator, and we all know that the numerator is what we see as shaded, right? So you will be counting shaded, and denominator is about total number of parts. Okay, so shaded parts upon total number of parts. So this is, I think so everyone knows, right? So I'm writing this shaded upon total. Okay, so now quickly we will try to make these fractions, and as we see that there are total 9 parts in the first one, so I'll write it first, and the first is total 9 parts. Fine, so I will write total as 9, that is my denominator, and then I'll count how many parts are shaded out of 9. So I can clearly see that there are 8 parts which are shaded out of 9. Only, can you see, only one is left here, so it is easy to calculate, right? So this is my first. Now let me write my second fraction. What is my second fraction here, children? Can you make one for me? Yeah. So we know that the total parts are 9. We already know, but the shaded is changing here. So I will write here my second as, let me count, 1, then 2, then 3, and then 4. So that means there are 4 shaded parts in this figure. So let's do the third now, like this. Now children, one thing you should know, that fraction is always about equal parts. So if you have, let's say, a triangle like this, and you divide the triangle in 2 parts, so these 2 parts on the top and at the bottom, they are not equal. So you cannot write that after shading one part that this is half, or fractions has to be, the size of the parts has to be equal. Okay, so now let's look at the third question. So third question is where again 9 parts are there, and how many are shaded? Very good. So we have 3 upon 9. And can we look at the fourth one? The fourth is, clearly we can see 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. So fourth one is 6 upon 9. Now after that we know the fractions 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you see, we have, this is a one fraction, this is a second one, this is a third one, this fourth one, all have the same common denominators. So it is very easy to arrange them in ascending order. So how will you arrange them in ascending order? Ascending order means that the smallest first. So which is the smallest fraction here? Clearly 3 upon 9. So my ascending order will be 3 upon 9, right? And then we make this is less than 4 upon 9. Yes, which is less than 6 upon 9, and which is again less than 8 upon 9. right? So this is the answer in ascending order. This is how you will arrange the fractions. So what we have learned in this, that first of all, that the denominator is same means the fraction is having the equal parts, okay? And then we also learned how to arrange the fractions. Now I want that you to write in descending order on your own. Alright children, now we have to see this, that compare the following fractions. And here you can see one question is given to you and second question is given to you. And how this question is different, that now I am not drawing and showing the parts. You have already understood how to write these fractions. Fine, so shall we begin? So let's write the first one, and the first question says that 3 upon 6, you have to compare 3 by 6, right? Or we can also say 3, 6, okay? So and then we have to compare and tell whether it is greater or smaller than 5 by 6. Now clearly, first step is you will look at the denominator. That is the first step. And here the denominator is same. So when the denominators are same, then you will only look at the numerator, like here 5 and 6, and compare. And which is greater? Is 5 greater, children, or 3? 5 is greater. So I will put a greater than sign like this. So we can say that 3 by 6 is smaller than 5 upon 6. Clear? So let me do the second part now for you. Now second part is different. In second, what is happening? You can clearly see the numerator is same, that is 1, and I have to compare it with 1 by 4. Okay, so let me first explain you this, what do we mean by this. Let me erase the question on the top and show you what I mean by this 1 by 7. And what do we mean by different denominators? This means that, let me draw something here. Let's say we have one chocolate bar and we have another chocolate bar of the absolutely exactly same size. Okay, so the size is same, and now the first one has, right, it has how many parts? It has 7 parts because it is saying 7. So I will distribute the first one into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So children, these should be equal parts. So I am just drawing them roughly, but when you draw, these should be equal parts. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. But then here in the second, on the right hand side, I have another fraction which is 1 by 4. So in that the denominator is 4. That means my chocolate now, the same size chocolate now is divided into 4 parts, 4 equal parts, right? So I will write a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now out of that, you choose, so let me just take the marker, and you choose only one portion out of this. So this is your shaded portion that you choose. I am coloring it. Okay. So this is your 1 by 7 because they are in 7 parts, and this is your 1 by 4. Can you tell me which one's greater? Which one's greater, children? Yes, you're correct. 1 by 4 is greater. So then we can understand and we can clearly make a note in our mind that if the numerators are same, right, numerators like here, numerators are same, then the greater the number of parts, the smaller will be the size. So if the denominator is greater, right, or is bigger, or the parts are more, then like here it is 7, then the size of the portion that you are getting will be smaller, and the denominator is smaller, then the portion will be bigger. So this is absolutely we do it in a different way, what you have learned it for the same denominators. Now here we have same numerators. So I hope you can compare the questions like this and you have understood the concept also. So we will now go to the next question. Alright children, now that you've understood that how to compare the fractions, we will learn how to arrange these fractions into their ascending and descending order. So the question says arrange the following fractions in the ascending order. So ascending order is smallest to the greatest and descending order is from greatest to the smallest. And here in the question we have to arrange these in ascending order. And children, we started with simple, we were comparing two fractions, but now I'm sure that if I give you many fractions together, you will solve it like this. So let's do the first part of it. And children, what is the first part? Let's quickly write. The first part is, let me take my pen, and it is clearly, how many fractions are there? First, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 fractions. So let me just quickly make now my 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So I have spaced out because I'm using the stylus and I want to save my time. And also ascending order means what will be the sign that you will be using. We will be using this sign to arrange it in ascending order. So I have done that. And now can you see these things you have to do? So I'm writing it before, I'm making a format of it. And finally I also know that all the denominators are same, so I'm writing them also. And then with you I will start writing the answer of this fraction, because when the denominators are same, then we have to just look at the numerator and write the answer. It becomes a class 4 and 5 question where you are given, it becomes a simpler question, basically level 1 question I would say. So I'm ready now. Let me see the smallest here. Can you see children which is the smallest here? Can you see? Yes. So that is 1, you're right. So I've taken 1 and write a 1. Next is 2. Let me write 2. See, I'm marking it so that I don't miss anything. I've done 3 also. Okay, so that is 3. Then I've done 4 here. So I'm writing the numerators only. That's the reason I'm saying 4. And what is the numerator after 4? That is 5. So I'll write the next numerator, which is 5. And after that, the next numerator is 6. And then 7. So I'll write my 6. And the last one is 7. So clearly 1 by 9 is smaller than 2 by 9, and that is smaller than 3 by 9, and then you can say 4 by 9, 5 by 9, 6 by 9 and 7 by 9. So we have arranged it in the ascending order. That was easy. So now one more question I want to do, that is second with you, and third one then you can do on your own. Okay, so remember I told you when the numerators are same, then what will you do? When the numerators are same, then we use the absolutely inverse method, in the sense that then the smaller denominator becomes of the greater value fraction. Okay, so let's start doing it. So first thing again, how many fractions are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll make space of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm making the space of 5, and then I'll write my first in ascending order means I have to make these signs. Smaller than, greater than signs you have to use, and you should know how to use when you are arranging them in order. And after that I will be writing my numerators now children, because numerators are same. After that I will figure out that which is the smallest fraction. Now the smallest fraction will be the one in which, can you see, which has the greatest denominator out of that. That means maximum number of portions, and that will make the same cake even smaller, right? For example, there's a cake and 25 people are sharing it here. You have 25 pieces of it. For the same size of cake, you will get a smaller size. But at the same time, if you make of the same cake only 8 parts, then you will get a bigger part. That's why my smallest fraction here will be 7 upon 25. So what will I do? I'll mark a tick here and I'll write here 7 upon 25. I've done the first one, and then my second fraction in the order will be, now after 25, yes, you're right, we can take 18. 7 by 18. So 18 as a denominator. Can you see the next one, denominator? So shall I take 11 or 10? 11. Yes, you're right. So 7 by 11 is my next one. So I've done 11 also. This is done. I'm left with only 7 by 8 and 7.10. So I will be writing 10 over here, and then I will be writing 8 over here. So children, this is how you can arrange the fractions. Can you see, children? So yourself, when you have the same denominators or you have the same numerators. Is it clear? I want you to do the third part here, part 3 on your own. So this is a practice question for you, children. So children, that was a video on comparing of fractions, and we learned different ways to compare two or more fractions. We could use some ways to do it mentally, or otherwise we need a pen and a paper, and there is a procedure to solve this question. Okay, so with this is Namita Basnotra. Thank you for watching. I'll be coming up with more videos on fraction. Till then, bye bye.